showcase. This is the first time we've ever done this. We've done stand-up before a few times, but not a whole showcase or anything. And I especially want to thank you guys because we know pretty much everything else has been getting canceled on campus because of the coronavirus, but we already printed out posters, and posters are kind of expensive, so we're just going to keep doing this anyways. Now, there are a few things that I need to say first. Number one, this show does contain a pretty significant amount of swearing and references to sex and drugs and rock and roll. I was lying about that last part. I don't actually think anyone has any jokes about music, but, you know. So anyways, I would like to go ahead and welcome our first comedian. Without further ado, please welcome the Prince of Persia, Keon Razaeerod.
As you guys can see, I'm not taking any chances. It doesn't matter though, because I've already touched my face like 10 times. Hey, what's poppin', dudes? I'm Keon. I joined this club last year, and I've honestly grown to love it. I like to compare it to Malcolm in the Middle, because you guys are here to witness firsthand the trials and tribulations of a loving, but yet dysfunctional family. Our president, William is someone who could be having the best time of his life, but he's probably utterly dying on the inside. There's times where William and I just intimately lock eyes for 5 minutes straight. It appears as if he wants to eliminate my existence off of this earth. But in my heart of hearts, I know he has good intentions, so thank you, William. You will be showing up in my nightmares. Andrew's another one. Me and Andrew last semester were in our first pickup basketball game. My man Bryce can attest to this right here. So he's guarding me, I'm guarding him, and midway through the game, I kid you not, he looks me dead in the eyes and goes, "I will pay you $20 to stop running." And I had to tell him, like, Andrew, my man, my boy, like, I can't even sit still for 2 minutes in class without bouncing off the walls. Like, this game is basically my outlet to go crazy, go stupid. A little bit about myself. I'm a chemistry major, but I come alive in the nighttime with aspirations of becoming a gangster rapper. I actually have a couple of bars to present to you if you don't mind, actually. And it goes like this. I'm gonna put you to bed like a sleeping mat. I come through swinging like a baseball bat. Folks, if those 2 bars alone aren't worthy of a Grammy nomination, I don't know what is. Yeah. Prince of Persia, the mixtape dropping soon. Bookmark it. No, it's just I get inspired by motivational quotes. One of my favorite philosophers of all time, Waka Flocka Flame. He went on the record to say, "Shoot first, ask questions last. That's how these so-called gangsters last. Bitch, I'm busting at 'em." Folks, after hearing that, I robbed the Bank of America. Now they're just called of America. A little more about myself. I'm Iranian, but I was born in America. So you can imagine how confusing it must have been for me to wake up at the dawn of 2020 to reports of a World War III breaking out. Glad we're over that. Probably not. But every March is our New Year's celebration. Shout out to my boys in the back. And like other cultures, I've noticed Iranians love to BS certain conversations. So, at the last celebration, last March, a good buddy of my parents came up to me and was like, "Keon, he's got so big. Where did the time go?" And I'm just standing there like, "Jafar, I saw you like 2 weeks ago." But I loved hearing that because it made me realize that the 5 push-ups I've been doing each morning have really been paying off. So thanks to Jafar, I've upped the ante to 10. I actually want to show y'all a little dance that these 40-year-old Iranian women love to do at these parties. So if you wish to use this in the future, don't say I didn't warn you, okay? All right, so let me take these gloves off real quick. You're gonna put your hands together, okay? You're gonna rest your index fingers on top of each other, all right? And then you're gonna pop your glutes out, okay? And 3, 2, 1, bang. Mind you, these parties are always at small venues. So if I want to do something like grab a drink or go to the restroom, I have to cut through the dance floor in order to do so. So could you imagine like a distraught version of me just trying to do his own thing and all these old women doing this? Like, guys, like, this isn't how I envisioned my first time being grinded on. Like, it's like you're politely twerking on me. Like, it can be traumatizing. My parents, shout out to my parents. They're also Iranian. And they've been in America for a very long time, so obviously they're very cultured, but there's just certain terms that they just haven't come to grips with yet. One day I get a text from my father. My father goes, KK, that's what he calls me. KK, what is blunt? So, I'm thinking like, is this a trick question? If I tell my father what a blunt is, he'll think that I smoke weed. If I don't tell my father what a blunt is, he'll think I'm a dumbass for not knowing what a blunt is. So I sat around for a few minutes, put my thinking cap on, and I was like, Dad, blunt is to be straightforward or aggressive with someone. I was so proud of myself that I thought of that on the spot that I proceeded to send him a voice recording where I go, Dad, blunt is to be straightforward or aggressive with someone. Over the summer, I went to Canada. To visit some more family on my mom's side, and I had a very interesting plane ride up. I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that the snack selection on airplanes is getting considerably worse by the year. So I'm sitting in my seat, beautiful flight attendant pulls up on me. She goes, sweetheart, can I get you anything? And I'm like, yeah. Do you have Cheez-Its? And with the most curious look on her face, she just looks at me and goes, Jesus? And I was like, well, that too, but no, man, Cheez-Its. Long story short, there were no Cheez-Its. I'm never flying Delta again, and I didn't fill out that damn customer feedback survey because it's ridiculous. I don't have to starve myself for 6.5 hours on that flight just to get some shitty Burger King at the next airport. It's ridiculous. So y'all tell Delta to get their shit together or I'm flying United next time. But, speaking of transportation, anyone in the audience, anyone, if you're a good driver, please raise your hand. Hey, notice how I didn't raise mine. I'm joking. My confidence really shot through the roof when I passed my test on my 4th try. No, it's hard to pass those things. Certain factors come into play, like what the weather is, or like what kind of instructor you have, or some random stop sign showing up in front of you, like that's supposed to help anyone. These can all be red flags. I kid you not, my first test attempt went so bad that before I could even get to the 3-point turn section, the lady looks at me and goes, just turn and go back to the facility. So I was thinking like, damn, imagine doing so well that you don't even need to finish the rest of the test. But nah, like it was disappointing. Like, you run a red light once or twice and they scream at you like you did something wrong. I got my first ticket a few months ago. I didn't have to go to court, but I did for the shits and giggles. And I like to make my friends think that I got pulled for like something real serious. So they'll be like, Keon, bro, like, what happened? How'd you slip up? And I'll be like, oh, man, they got me for obstruction of justice and resisting arrest. Just the huge. Folks, if you've been around me for all but just 5 minutes, you would know that that was just a complete lie. So then I told them, like, nah, it's just a speeding ticket. So I went to court. On the bright side, I got my ticket reduced by $16, but it didn't change the fact that I was still pissed off! I actually held the door for the cop on my way out, hoping that that could change anything, but I didn't even get a thank you. And listen, my biggest regret of the whole incident, my biggest regret, it wasn't even the speeding part. It was me failing to make a TikTok with the 3 policemen who pulled me over. Because listen, folks, if I'm going down with some views, baby. Like, yo, Officer Phillips, renegade, renegade, renegade. But I've always been grateful for the ability to go places without needing to rely on people for a ride. And work is one of those places. First job I ever had was being a waiter at IHOP, okay? And I'm grateful because it was my first crack at what the real world is actually like. Or in this case, 50-year-old men yelling at me that their omelets aren't heated up enough, or that their onions aren't sauteed enough. I didn't even know what sauté meant when I started working, okay? But I had this weird relationship with the cooks. Most of the cooks were Hispanic, so to the best of my ability, I would speak to them in Spanish. So I'd walk in, I'd be like, yo, Jesus, let me get that salchichas y huevos. Sausage and eggs. And every single time his response was, shut up, Keon, shut up. There was actually one Christmas where he reached out to me. He was like, hey, Keon, Feliz Navidad, chico. And my dumbass was standing there like, hey, Zeus, who the frick is Felix Navigator? He probably spit in my Philly cheesesteak that day. But another weird thing that started happening, the cooks stopped calling me Keon. They started calling me Peliway, okay? Anytime they needed something, they would just refer to me as Peliway. So I'm thinking, what the heck does this even mean? I couldn't even put it on Google Translate. That's how I knew they were being real sneaky with me. Okay, management wouldn't tell me what it meant. The cooks wouldn't tell me what it meant. I'd be like, yo, what the frick does this even mean? They'd be like, I don't know. Like, yeah, you do. You got time to watch your X video clips and play your Pokemon Go and Galaxy Wars behind the line, but you can't tell me what Peliway is. Huh? So, it took about a year, but I found out that by calling me Peliway, they were essentially comparing the structure of my head to that of a porcupine. That's right, folks. Afro Keon was a real thing back in 2015. But no, put yourself in my shoes. Imagine walking into work, you're in a good mood, you're ready to have a good day. You look at the cooks, you go, hey, good morning, guys. And then them saying, oh, what's up, porcupine, get to work. And at that point, I was like, no more chocolate milkshakes for you, Eduardo. And I never liked you, Antonio. But also, those were my guys, so I can't complain. I love them. But I was on the brink of losing a lot of friendships because I wouldn't tell my friends what the B stood for in IHOP. You guys remember that marketing tactic? Yeah. And they would nag me about it all day. They'd be like, oh my God, what is it? What is it? Burgers, breakfast, balloons? Tell me. So I had enough. I was like, you want to know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. IHOP stands for International House of Big Shut Up. I've had enough. You take that Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity pancake and shove it down your face. That's all for me, folks.